gonna tell you this right now. I think you are very capable of getting out of bronze. The problem that I see that you're running into here, at least in my opinion, is that you just need to become more of a playmaker at times. There you go. Now you're being a bit more active in the team fights and it's showing. Apparently your Ana is too. Your Ana's more aggressive than you right now. All right, so today's video, we are back with another Where Are They Now? These are basically the way these videos work is if you submit a VOD after 3 months, you can submit another one, and we're going to give you feedback, all of that one. So the previous recap of this is from their last video. They had mentioned they've been playing FPS since the 90s, and they end up having really good aim, if you recall correctly. It was in bronze. And we kind of gave them some feedback on what to do. And they say, hello there again. I'm the older gamer who, when you last saw me, hadn't played an FPS since Quake 2 in the 1990s. I do remember this VOD. Last time you reviewed my gameplay, your #1 piece of advice was to be more proactive and make plays. Very good advice. So here's one of these games where I just don't understand what happened. We started on defense, and round 1 we got absolutely flat out rolled. I felt like nothing I tried to do helped in any way. I am pretty much a Sombra one-trick, but I swapped Mei for a bit in a futile attempt to hold off their relentless dives and pressure. Spoiler alert here, it didn't work. So I just thought this was going to be one of those games where just nothing clicks. But then we had a decent follow-up on attack. Again, why? I have no idea. This led to a pretty intense set of follow-up rounds, and I don't want to spoil the outcome. My main issue here is basically I have no idea why any of this happened. We went from being literally unable to do absolutely anything at all to turning it all into an incredibly close game. But I don't really understand what changed to make things click. Did I do something different? Were we getting unlucky on spots on round 1? Did someone else's adjustment make all the difference? I feel like understanding those underlying things will help me be able to make those sort of adjustments quicker in the future and hopefully turn the tide more. Also, side note, I really hate this map most times. It comes up, and any general Numbani tips would be awesome because it's one of those ones where I never feel like I get into a good flow. Thanks, and keep up all your great work. It's really appreciated. Heck yeah. That was a lot there. That was a lot. I have no issues with that, but there we go. So anyway, we're going to review this one, see where it goes, go from there, and then we'll see where you're at. Also, for anybody on this video now, we guessed the rank. So they initially were bronze 2-3 months ago, so now we'll see where they're at now. Hopefully they can climb a bit more, because like I said, I think last time it was... The aim was good, so it was like more about playmaking. All right, I see what you're going for here. It's the classic. See, you have the right idea, by the way. You're like, I don't want to play that close. And they're like, let's play close. And that's what happened. Nice job there. The playmaking's good. There you go. You don't have to hack the health back if you don't want to, but you can. Yeah. No. Don't touch point. Not worth. Just set up. I actually don't think they're in bronze anymore. I do think that... If you want me to give you an initial guess? Initial guess is silver. And I'm going to tell you why. Not because of, like, how they're playing, because of where they held. Ladies, thanks for the features concept. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Because of where they held. That's why. Just so you know, in that situation, that's one of those things where it's okay to rotate out and play it safe. I don't want to see you be AFK for too long at that point, and I did mention playmaking. At the same time, like, if you're going to try to escape out or do anything, like, always make sure you have, like, a viable option to get out of there. And I think you kind of wanted to be a bit more involved there, which I did tell you that, but I'm trying to clean that up a little bit now to where, like, okay, be more involved, but at the same time, have, like, a planned route to get out of there. Okay, so you switched off Sombra pretty quickly, and your teammates haven't really made any swaps instead of going to Rissa. Okay, I couldn't tell what you were shooting at. Okay, well, now I know what you're shooting at. Nice job. Okay. Right idea, by the way. I want to point out that Mei wall, right idea. I get it. I think next time when you do that wall, though, think about where they would go to escape, rather than I'm going to block the jump back, like the... Oh, also, unlucky there. Good pulse bomb. A little bit aggro by you, but I don't mind it because you're playing the corner. They're going to try to jump back to their spawn, more than likely to the health back to the left, so if you block the doorway, it's more likely you get them. But the idea was there. Back away. Back away. Go for some headshots if you want to, yeah. This is fine, trying to farm ult charge. I just want to get you out of that. Nice job hitting your ice block. There you go. Don't remember, one thing I want to warn you on here is that they just saw you use your major cooldown there, so be careful overdoing it after that. Like, you have it back up now, but, like, as you climb, players will take advantage of that. That's a little bit ambitious. I want you to think about what that Doom would do to you. Like, I don't think they would get the kill on you. So, remember, you also have 300 HP. I think sometimes that goes under the radar of how much HP you have, right? So, yeah. Nice block. Dying cart, do not ult, do not ult, do not ult, do not ult, do not ult. Okay, we're gonna... I knew that was gonna happen. I want you to think about what just happened, okay? You're by yourself. Your teammates aren't alive. Once again, I always recommend this for anybody here. Go to your options, go to your sound, and then turn off play sound when teammate is eliminated. This can help a ton with decision making. Do not ult that. You have a retake, okay? In this situation, you're the only person left in your team with an ultimate. You are the only way that you can viably retake this unless their teammates make a mistake. So that's why I was like, do not ult this, do not ult this. Remember next time, have that option enabled. If you hear that sound and you hear enough people down, or like if you're an ice block, you kind of have a little bit of a cheat code here in the sense that if you're on May and you're an ice block and you're already kind of out of position, well, just hit tab. How many of your teammates are alive? Where are they? You have a lot of information you can gather there. What's going to happen if you use that May ult? Let's say you get all 5 in there. I don't think you're going to get anybody at that point. And I don't think you're going to get 5 in there. And I don't know what they're... Looks like they did have Suzu up too. So like, there's just no win in there. Maybe if they use Suzu, you can justify using it to get like 2 or 3 kills, right? But even then, they're just going to Suzu it. And it's over at that point. So, you know, just remember that the safer play there is you're going to have it on retake. Anyway. Alright, here we go. You are distracted by him, but that's okay. Thankfully, their teammates did heck up and you held the point. And then your Bastion runs into their spawn. Okay, if you're on Bastion, don't do that. Nice shots. Uh-oh. Don't be afraid of wall. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, chat. I think they should have ice blocked that, but I can see why they didn't. Like, for some reason, the sound cue was off. And I don't know how to explain it. May drops will go live at the time on the webcam. Okay. Yeah, that was a tough defense. And you wanted to, like, wonder what happened there. I mean, honestly, your team just kind of... Even when your team had an advantage, they threw away that advantage very quickly. That's how I see it. Like, the Bastion just running into their team by themselves. You wasting your May ultimate. Like, there's a lot that happened there, in my opinion. So, I would, you know, I think it's a bit to figure out on that, but yeah. Yes, I agree that the sound cue for ultimates and all that in general has been off a lot recently. I don't know what changed, but, like, something changed recently that makes it so it's harder to know ults are happening. Okay, here we go. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, you hear him. You hear him. Yes, yes, yes. You know, that's an interesting one. Next time, I want you to think about one thing. The target priority was correct. That was the correct part. But, like, think about where you engage from. Where you're, like, up here, right? And then you, like, went into them. Like, try to, like, set up. Like, give yourself an extra second here to go here and then make that play. And the reason why is because now you have cover. Do you see this? Do you see what I'm saying? So you can back away and survive it and then still be a nuisance. Yeah, I mean, the timing of the engage can be a little bit off too, but, like, my reaction to that is that if they took that extra few seconds of setup time, it would have been perfect. Follow up. Teammates did a good job there. Okay, yeah. So here's what's happening. Okay. 1, I like that you're being proactive. Much better than last time. But 2, the next step here is like, okay, if I'm going to make a play here, this is where I'm going to go. And if you don't ever move from that spot, this is what happens. That's why I want to get you in the mindset of, like, okay, do this, right? Like go here, back away to this corner. Instead, you're going to the same spot where the Ash is. If you're shooting at the Ash and then you translocate in front of the Ash is going to be able to follow up on you, which is exactly what we've seen multiple times now, right? That's why I want to get you in a good mindset of that. Remember, again, think about your escape, okay? That one you might get away with because they weren't looking. Good virus hit there. You might actually kill the Ana because of that. If the Kirby doesn't save him. Hey, you got cleanse out though. Nice. Okay, now you control the back haul. They know this, but, like, this is your escape now, right? You know you can escape here safely. You just saw their Sombra translocate somewhere. That's an interesting one. I think you had that. Unfortunately, the Bob was in range. Did they just nano Bob? They just nanoed Bob at the last second of Bob. Should have hacked Bob? I mean, only reason why... Okay, just to pause and say, like, the should have hacked Bob part. I agree with you on, like, trying to hack the Bob. I think that might have been tough to make happen. Because the Bob was right here. Where would they have gone that could have, like, hacked that without, like, the Ash shooting at them? You know what I mean? Like, ideally, you hack the Bob, but, like, that's if they're set up here, right? Then you can hack the Bob easy. But, like, I don't want them in that spot. If they're playing there as Sombra, I don't want them in that spot. I want them to be behind. So the aim on that one, I think what happened with the aim there, and it happens with me with aim sometimes, is there was so much happening that what you're trying to go for in a limb, but at the same time, you hear there's a Bob, and then, like, you're also really close to getting the kill. So what happens is, and maybe this is just me, are you ever in a mindset when you're playing Overwatch where you think you're going to get a kill, and, like, your next step is you're thinking about where you're going to go next after this because you know that, like, you need to make, like, a really quick reaction to get out of there? So you start to go for the kill, and then you think the kill's going to happen, so you start to, like, set up to go make your play to get out of there, but then you didn't get the kill yet. So then you're like, uh-oh, I haven't gotten the kill yet. So then your aim, you start to panic a little bit with your aim, and then you miss, and then you get into low HP, and then, like, even if you do get the kill, like, your reaction isn't really, like, the reaction you would normally go with because you're just not, like, in a spot to do that. Does that make sense? That's kind of how I see it happening. Oh, I do it all the time. Oh, I'll be like, okay, I go to get a kill. I think I'm going to kill the... You'll see me do it on D.Va sometimes, where, like, I'll do my D.Va rocket combo. I'm like, oh, I got the kill. I don't get the kill. I go, uh-oh, I didn't kill him. I turn around. I lose, like, 60% more HP than I normally would lose. I get the kill, and I get DMAT, right? Once again, I still like that you're being proactive in their backline, though. Like, I don't want you to, like, shy away from being, like, proactive like this. Now it's about cleaning up how you do it, right? And that's good. This is, you taking that advice from last time and, like, making that your process is way better than before, right? So don't, like, discourage yourself if, like, for some reason you have moments like this where they're shutting you down while you're doing that. Because what you can do now is you can learn from those moments and be like, okay, next time around, oh, I see what you're saying. Don't have an escape that's into their team. Have it in a safer spot, right? Things like that. This is on PC, yes. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, not bad. Yep. I will say, you are definitely more involved in team fights now, and I love it. I really do think that the more that you're involved in these fights is good, right? It's much better than before. You're not giving them opportunity to set up. You're being a nuisance. Like, yes, they've made some good plays in you, but you're also making them turn for you. And you said earlier, you said, hey, like, what did I do right here? And I think one thing that you've done right is you've made them look at you. And that, to me, is the correct way of going about it. You're making them have to worry about you. And sometimes as Sombra, you're not going to have a high damage game. You're going to miss out on an opportunity to make good plays. You're going to have all of these opportunities that, like, you know, you may not finish with 25,000 damage, but if they are looking at you and they're opening up the field for the rest of your team, that is a good way of going about it. I mean, they don't have to hack a bunch of health packs if they're not using them a ton. Or, like, Numbani's a map, for example. Numbani's a map, for example, where, like, a lot of health pack usage is not really a health pack dominant, like, map. Let me give you an example. Like, right now, look, what are the health packs I would hack if I was on Sombra if it didn't, like, take away from a team fight? This one, so that way the defense has no opportunity to back up, and then this one in case they play close. This one is like, whatever. Like, if you have a team fight up there, you have a team fight up there. But I definitely think if you had to hack one, and don't go out of your way to do it, this one to deny them, and then this one. Those are the two health packs you would do. Because, like, look at, where the only other health pack is here, but that would require your teammates to have that map control. So, anyway. Watch them hack the health pack up top. You hear him up there, though. You can scout out the area. Nice. Oh, that's unlucky. That's just unlucky. I'm gonna be real with you. You had the right idea. That was just unlucky. Oh, no. They weren't even trying to EMP you. That's a feels bad. Did your team just ult that? Like, they might actually win that. Like, I like their usage of ults. Yeah, I was gonna say. A Grav and a Brig ult? That's good. Your teammates are playing well, though. You weren't wrong about that. Nice hack. Now, remember, use that information. You hacked them and you saw they have Doom ult. So make sure, if you are in voice chat, relay that information. Let your teammates know. Sometimes as Sombra, you'll be the only one to get that vision. Let them know, okay? Let them know, all right? Here we go. Good EMP. Perfect. I love seeing you be more proactive now and, like, going in there and using these plays. That right there was great. Like, just being able to use your ultimate there, like, right away, don't give them any time. Wonderfully, wonderfully used. The previous rank they were at was actually Bronze 2 for the questions about rank. Their first video was 3 months ago. We actually just recently watched them. They last time they played Sombra, they didn't play, like, very proactively, which is why I'm happy to see them go for more plays. I basically said that, like, you have the aim to do it, but you're just, like, too hesitant. And now, like, they're being way more aggressive. Much better pathing. Much better pathing. Okay. Be a little bit more aware of, like, the surroundings there, but your pathing was much better that time, outside of you running into the Ana. Nice job. Thank you. And now look at your escape. I want to pause right now very quickly to show that. Remember last time the escape was going for the kill and then up here to get killed by Ash? This time you went around and you went an escape away. Perfect. Well done. That's how you want to do that on Numbani. You gave yourself a way in. Like I said, you did run into the Ana, which that could have been a concern. So I want you to be a little bit more aware of, like, your surroundings when you go there. But the overall execution of that was great. Good job. Good job. Here we go. I still think you have the right idea. I think you're just being a little bit... No, actually, I don't know. The thing is, I'm not even mad about that. I think it's just like, once again, plan your escapes a little bit better, but you kind of went to the correct spot, and they turned around for you, and your teammates won it. So, sometimes it's okay. Like, you made an aggressive play, you got a kill, they looked for you, they turned around, and gave your teammates space. Like, yeah, would you have liked to survive that? You know, would you prefer to do that? Of course, but I still think that was good, right?
My ultimate is ready. 10 seconds. Unassailable prowess.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing exactly what you need to do there. I'm okay with that. Yep. That's a toughie again. Good grab, though. See, it's... Here's the thing. Is part of me's like, okay, you gotta survive those and do whatever. But then at the same time, it's kind of like they get so distracted by you that they ended up taking a 3v4 on the point because they all sat back here while you did that, and then you won the team fight. So it's like, would you have liked to survive that? Yes, but like, I have to, and I don't know if you're seeing it, but you're distracting them pretty heavily right now. They're way too worried about you. At least in my opinion, they are way too worried about you right now.
I am on fire.
Way too worried about you. They don't even have any ultimates on their team. Yep, this is your timing. Now. Yeah. Now. Don't be too safe here. This is your timing. Even then, I think you hacked up your timing. Okay. Is there, like... Okay. I would have used that a little bit sooner. There must have been communication there. Because your Sojourn ulted, so were you waiting as long as possible to get that team fight going? I'm just wondering what made you wait that long. But... Good pressure on them in the doorways. Good job. Good hold. So you asked the question of, like, what went right there. Your teammates played very well, but also at the same time, I definitely think that you going for, like, flanks, and they worried about you a lot. And sometimes that's all you need to do. You don't need to finish with 75 of limbs. You don't need 100,000 damage. You just need to be alleviating pressure off your teammates while also putting pressure on them. And I think you did a good job of that. You're going up on high ground. Be careful here. Good follow-up. Nice job. Good job. Good follow-up. And yeah, it's really hard to get backline pressure here at the beginning of the first point of Numbani defense, so you're making an okay play here. Might get Azari, but you got to cleanse out just for hacking. And by the way, these are the... I want to pause for a second there to kind of, like, get this point across. This is also why I'm, like, really, like, adamant about being proactive, because think about this. If you just sat there and did nothing, right? Let's pretend you sat there and did nothing. Would you have gotten cleanse out? No. And that's why I like the idea of being proactive, because it plays like that. Was it a good cleanse? No. But why am I happy with it? Because, like, it benefits your team. They don't have a cleanse now because you went in and were proactive, you know, farmed a little bit of extra damage. And that's how you get EMP quicker. So Once again, I want to point out where you're doing good things there. That was good. Yeah, I'm saying that's what I mean. Like, just being proactive can do that sometimes. Now remember, the Ashe died earlier, so you need to worry about those timings. And I think you're aware of it, but there you go. Okay. I think they came back as Sojourn. Yeah, drop start at 2 p.m. Eastern. So about 6 hours from now. Weren't you? Remember, they can win this team fight. That's okay. So if they win the team fight, don't worry about it. Get out if you need to. That's totally fine. You have plenty of time, plenty of opportunity. Don't even have to try. You don't even have to try to do anything here. You're fine. Just get away. Yep, that's the right call. That is the right call. Oh, I mean, I don't know. You can EMP this if you want. You know what? If you want to save it though, like there's a play for that. Yeah, they didn't have any else. I was gonna show you what I meant about the hack, where you could like. Yeah, it's unlucky you got pulled into that. I see. The thing is, I didn't even know they grabbed until I saw you get pulled into the grab. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's okay not to overcommit your ultimates here. That's like a team issue right there, where it's like game theory. It's like, do you use all your ultimates? But the flip side is they used a lot of ults too. But actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, they have such good ultimates going in here that the only way they're gonna lose the next team fight is if their team hacks up. Ovomole, thanks for the 6 months of the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm glad you enjoy the content. Let's go.
Did you mean to do that?
Heck yeah. Now we wait.
It's go time.
Still being proactive in the team fights. Yeah. Only concern I have here is you're gonna not have ultimates, but they're not healing their Zarya, so this is really good. Also, your positioning is, I love it there, by the way, just so you know. I love what you were doing right there because you're making it so they have to look at you. Like, do you see how the Zarya's running at you in a straight line? That is what I was referencing. You might win the team fight because of this. Even if you don't, this has been excellent. Good job. That, by the way, that right there is why I really wanted you to be proactive in team fights and be more involved. Do you see what you did there by just being there? You did a bunch of damage. You farmed 50% ult charge. You feel like the whole other virus. I mean, they could, but like, I'm not worried about that right now. I'm more worried about how they like their gameplay loop is. Although that could be a part of it. I agree. But yeah, I liked how you played that. You were being like smart. Their Zarya was running at you, so that took away some of the frontline pressure on your team on a fully charged Zarya. This is why you do things like this, because it gets the other team. You actually still might win this. Your team still might actually win this. I'm not even joking. I think you win. I mean, that was excellent. That's what I was talking about right there. That's why in the previous VOD, I wanted to see you be way more proactive in team fights and like be more like, just go there and do more stuff. That was excellent. Nice job. Seriously. Great job. Let's talk about like some things you can work on. I do think that your pathing needs a little bit better job of like knowing where you're going to go to and then where you're going to escape to. I think sometimes you did a good job of being in the team fight and being proactive, but the next step is to like, be like, okay, I've been really proactive in this situation, but now the next step for me is to go here, go there. So learn from a lot of the mistakes you made where you got picked off early. But I think like you said you didn't know what you did well. I think your actual backline pressure, especially towards the tail end of the game, was excellent, and it forced the other team to have to worry about you constantly. And while it's not like showing up on the stat sheet necessarily, you hear about that in sports too. It doesn't necessarily need to show up on the stat sheet for you to have a major impact. And I think you started to have a really, really good major impact at that point. Now, to the next step, so keep at what you're doing. Take the next step of advice on that one too. I think will help a ton. Now, the next step here is what's your rank? So previously they were bronze 2. I'm going to guess that they've moved into silver. I'm going to go with like a silver 3. Only because of where they held on the team fight, and then taking into account of things of like the rank reset that recently happened and things like that. I think silver 3 is a safe spot for me. Could they be higher? I would not doubt it. But I'm going to go with silver 3 to be safe. And their new rank is, I wasn't even close, gold 4. So I actually underestimated where you climbed to. So all the way from bronze 2 to gold 4 in 3 months. Excellent job. I only went with that because of where they set up at. So that's why I did that. I was way off. And I'd rather be way off on this in the sense of like, I guess lower than where you're at. You're at gold 4, excellent climb in 3 months to go from bronze 2 to gold 4, and to not only see you climb that much, but to also be able to sit there and apply all that knowledge and see it kind of happen in real time was really, really cool. So good job. Well played. Just keep at it. And I think you'll continuously see more of a climb. So nice job. If you like this video, make sure to the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubers if you haven't, leave a comment. All of that helps. Like I said, make sure you're subbing and all that. That way you know my videos are live. If you want to submit any spectators, look at my Discord, which is in the description below. That's where you would do that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam. So make sure to stop by. Also stream on YouTube. So stop by. We have a lot of fun here. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day /night.